When love speaks through a third voice, understanding triangulation in toxic families. Imagine this. You're sitting at the kitchen table and your mother says quietly, "Your father is very disappointed in you." Later, your father pulls you aside and says, "Your mother worries you don't care about this family." No one ever speaks directly. No conflict is addressed openly. But somehow, you're always in the middle, carrying messages, emotions, blame, and loyalty tests that were never yours to hold. This isn't communication. This is called triangulation. My name is Fawzia Faizi Shah, licensed clinical social worker. Welcome to my channel. What is and why is it harmful? So in clinical psychology, triangulation refers to a relational pattern where a third person is recruited to regulate the tensions between two people who cannot or will not address conflict directly. The concept originates from family systems theory, particularly the work of Dr. Murray Bowen, who described triangulation as a core mechanism families use to stabilize their anxiety. But here's the problem. What stabilizes the system often destabilizes the individual. In toxic or emotionally immature families, triangulation becomes chronic. It's not about resolution. It's about control, alliance building, and emotional offloading. Instead of "I'm hurt by you," the message becomes "your sister is the problem." "Your father thinks you're selfish." Or "if you loved me, you wouldn't side with them or with him or with her." Over time, this pattern erodes boundaries, distorts reality, and fragments identity, especially in children. So how does triangulation operates? Here it is. Clinically, triangulation follows a very predictable process. The family members experience unresolved emotional tension, often around power, shame, dependency, and unmet needs. Direct communication feels unsafe because emotional immaturity, narcissistic traits, or a fear of abandonment. Direct confrontation is avoided. A third person is pulled in, usually the most empathetic, responsible, or compliant member, often a child. This person becomes the messenger, the mediator, the emotional container, or the scapegoat. Loyalty binds as created. The triangulated person feels pressured to choose sides, creating splitting, a defense mechanism well documented in psychodynamic theory. The system feels stable temporarily. The original diet avoids growth. The third person absorbs the psychological cost. So how does it show up in toxic family dynamics? In toxic families, triangulation often paired with narcissistic family roles: golden child, scapegoat, lost child. Emotional parentification, gaslighting, covert aggression, masked as concern. Common phrases include, "I shouldn't say this, but," "Don't tell them I told you," "You're the only one who understands me." Clinically, this creates chronic hypervigilance, identity confusion, and a heightened risk for anxiety disorders, depression, complex PTSD, attachment disturbances. Research shows that children raised in triangulated systems often struggle with boundary confusion, people-pleasing, and difficulty trusting their own perceptions into adulthood. And why are children so vulnerable? From a developmental psychological perspective, children lack the cognitive and emotional capacity to contextualize adult conflicts. When triangulated, a child may unconsciously believe, I am responsible for everyone's feelings. Love must be earned by loyalty. Conflict means abandonment. These internalized schemas often follow them into adult relationships, repeating the pattern through over-functioning, rescuing dynamics, attraction to emotionally unavailable or manipulative partners or supervisors. The nervous system requires this tension. So, breaking the triangle means healing begins with awareness, not accusation. Here's what you need to do. Number one, name the pattern internally. Acknowledge this is triangulation, not the truth. Refuse the messenger. The role is simple boundary response. That sounds like something you need to discuss directly with them. This is not cruelty. This is differentiation, an essential concept in Bohemian therapy. Third, reclaim emotional ownership. You're not responsible for regulating other adults' emotions. Seek therapy, cognitive behavior therapy, complex PTSD therapy, guided meditations, mindfulness to become aware of who you are versus the narratives that you grew up with. Choose directness over loyalty tests. Healthy relationships tolerate discomfort in service of honesty. Triangulation thrives in silence, fear, and emotional immaturity. It dissolves in clarity, boundaries, and conscious differentiation. If you were triangulated, nothing was wrong with you. You were adaptive in a dysfunctional system. Healing means learning this truth. You are allowed to step out of triangles and still be loving. You are allowed to choose clarity over chaos. That changes not just relationships, but generations. And know that triangulation also can continue on when you go to a workplace, with your supervisor, with your colleagues. And so it is important to heal if you grew up in a toxic triangulated family system. Thank you so much for watching my video, and if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and I am very interested in a comment or two from you as you grew up in a triangulated family and how you healed from it, or if you're still struggling with it. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much and have a great day.